This is a short instructional video on how to use the interactive DB Rover API. One of the main features of DB Rover is being able to apply an API on top of almost any JDBC compliant database. So we have a MySQL database which has been configured, and we have one table in it, which is the USA 10-year table. So to use the interactive API, it's just a matter of clicking on the API button, and that'll bring up an interface that allows you to test these APIs. You will need to have a valid username and a password so that you can access these APIs. So there's a number of different operations, including database metadata, which is information about the databases, generating PDFs. There's an error controller, which you probably won't ever use. The table data controller allows you to extract data from DB Rover in a JSON format. The table metadata controller, which allows you to get information about tables, and the token controller, which allows you to get an authentication token from DB Rover. So the first thing we're going to look at is the database metadata controller, and it'll tell us what databases are available within DB Rover. So we just click on the get operation for databases. It'll give you a model schema of what you expect in the response. And you can just hit the try it out button, and it will generate you a curl request, which is an example request for pulling back that information, the URL that the operation was invoked on, and also a response body. So you'll see here it's given us an array filled with database metadata information. So we have the name of the database, the description, and also the label. It gives you information about the response code and response headers. So what I'm going to do is grab the name of that database, and what I'm going to do is find out what table information is available within that database. So I can click on the table metadata controller. Again, it'll give you a model schema of what you expect to come back. So I'll click on my I'll paste in my database name there that I retrieved earlier up the top, and then I'll hit the try it out button, and it'll go off and it will again give you the curl response and information we saw before, and then give you a response of all of the table information. So it'll be, in this particular case, it's an array of table objects that has various information, so the name of the table, what columns are available. It gives you also the name and type of fields, and also if you've configured a description and a label within DB Rover tools or manually, it will also be available here. So once we have our table information, we can then go and extract some data. So I'll use the table data API to do that, and we click on the get operation, and we'll say, right, the database is MySQL DB test, and let's grab our table name. In this case it's USA 10-year. Some sample data we have in there, and we can also add in various parameters. So if there's if we only want particular fields to come back, we can have them in here as a comma separated list. We can also put a where clause in there, and we can put in a maximum number of records. So let's just put in 1,000 records. Hit the try it out button, and it'll go and extract those records for us. So you'll see here in the response body we have a bunch of records that are available there. These records are streamed down, so there's no model schema available in this particular case. But if you want more information about the APIs and what information is returned and in what formats they're returned, head over to the dbrover.com.au website and have a look at the API documentation. Any other questions, if you're interested, please send us an email at contact@geotabular.com, and we'll be happy to help you out. See you next time.